Welcome to Alien Invasion Gaming. My name is Roy, and in this video we'll take a look at a budget loadout for Tarkov. Let's get started. Just a quick reminder that I do stream on Mixer Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays from 7:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. Central. If you have questions on this video or Tarkov in general, please stop by. Also, I'm on Twitter. Make sure you follow me there to get notified when I go live. Now, in this video, we'll take a look at what I would consider good budget gear for running raids. Now, this gear is not necessarily great gear, but it's good, solid gear that will get the job done most of the time. Now, if you're new to Tarkov and you're just starting out, I definitely recommend the video that I have up on when you're starting. You can get the link up here in the corner. All right, let's take a look at the budget gear that I've got in mind. Let's start with the weapon. Weapon choice is the AK-74, just the basic. You can get it on the flea market for anywhere from 17 to 20K. When you do buy it, make sure that you have functional weapons enabled in your search so that you're not getting pieces. And also make sure that it's got the wooden stock. Next up, you're going to need a PWS CQB. This is basically a brake for the 74. And it'll cost you anywhere from 27 to 28K on the flea market. You're also going to need a B-10M. This will be replacing the wooden handguard and allow you to mount both a sight and a foregrip. It goes for about 15K. You're also going to need a foregrip, which is the RK-0 for about 9K. You're going to need a sight, which is the PK-06, which is about 16K. And then finally, you're going to need a recoil pad, and that's about 5K. You're also going to need 2 additional magazines that are about 2.5K each, so call it an extra 5. You add all those costs up, and it's 98K or about 100K. And that will get you a good weapon. Let's take a look now at the recoil differences and the ergonomics between the base AK-74 and when you have these attachments on. The gun on the left is the basic as-you-buy-it gun. The gun on the right is the same gun with the attachments that I just discussed. You can see that ergonomics jumped from 43 to 51, and that will help you with staying in ADS or aim down sights longer. And then recoil basically came down by a third and moved from 92 to 66. And that will definitely help you with getting your shots on target. All right, let's talk ammo for the gun. The best ammo for the 5.45 by 39mm round is the 7N39, but it's very expensive. It's 1,200 plus rubles a round, and so you'd be looking at taking in probably over 100K worth of ammo on a 100K gun. That economics doesn't really work out very well. Now, if you've got the money for it, you should definitely rock 7N39. It's the best for penetration, and at this point of the game, we're probably about halfway through the patch 12 cycle. I'm recording this video on March 1st, 2020. A lot of players are running class 4 or better armor, and so if you can rock 7N39, you really should. But like I said, very, very expensive. Next up is the BS round, which has 51 penetration and a little bit better damage. The BS round will run you about anywhere from 900 to 1,000 rubles a round. So it's not as good as 7N39, but it's really expensive. So what I personally recommend is the BT round. It's third down on the list. Now, the penetration's not great. It's got 37. The damage is 44. But what it does bring is affordability. So as of this video, it's averaging about 330 rubles a round. And so basically you could bring in 3 times the amount of rounds with BT as you could with the 7N39. So for the gameplay you're going to see coming up, I'm rocking the BT round. Now, a couple of notes on the BT. It is a tracer, which means that there's going to be glowing streaks in the air when you fire it that are going to help players highlight your position. So that is the downside. But cost being what it is, and if you're looking for a budget run, I definitely recommend BT. For armor, I actually recommend an armored rig. You can get it from level 2 Ragman for about 48K. It's the 6B3TM. It has 40 armor points, it has 12 slots for a rig, and it has an armor class of 4, which is really good. This will give you good protection, not just from scavs, but from players as well. Also, it repairs very well. Now, just a note that armor class scales with the amount of armor points against the original. So this is a 40-point rig, and it's an armor class 4. So basically, every 10 points is equivalent to an armor class. So when this gets below 30, then it's really only a class 3. So you should keep that in mind. Now, it will repair fairly well, but my recommendation would be that if you actually, do a repair and it comes below 30, I think it's time to sell it and pick up a new rig. For a helmet, I recommend the 6B47. You can pick it up from Ragman level 2 for 32k rubles. It has 25 armor points and an armor class of 3, and more importantly, it has a high ricochet chance. And that will come in handy every once in a while. When somebody tries to shoot you in the head, it will ricochet, give you a chance to reposition and bring the fight to them. Okay, let's take a look at some gameplay. Here, my class 4 armor really came in handy. This was a player running caches on customs using a shotgun. The armor definitely saved my life. You can see, though, that it used up most of the value of the armor itself, but that's why you wear it. In this clip, I don't survive, but what I want to highlight is really the accuracy of the gun when you're using the PK-06. I find it very accurate. Now, ultimately, I did not win this battle, but I really think that running a small sight like the PK-06 is very advantageous when you're trying to run this gun. This footage is just an example of accuracy of the gun from a little farther distance, so you can get an idea for what it's like. Okay, so far some hits and misses. This next clip, though, is what happens when you run into a juicy player who outguns you. Your armor is not going to stop big rounds from big guns. The last clip is just an example of where, against medium-tiered players, the gun will be effective. Here we're going to take on a team of 2, and let's see how it goes. As you saw, the gun was very effective against those 2 players. Ultimately, you'll have to decide for yourself if this setup will work for you. I used it for several days and was pretty successful, running both against PMCs as well as scavs. Before you go, though, please drop me a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this setup. Do you have a better setup? I'd like to know. Please share it in the community. And if you'd like to get notified when new videos go up, make sure you subscribe and turn on the notifications. That's it for now. I'll see you in the next video.